Now we go to the assessment methods. What are the assessment methods? Okay. First is psychological testing. What is psychological testing? It's an objective and standardized measure of individuals' mental and behavioral characteristics. Okay. So, in that, we have different characteristics and we measure that of an individual. Okay. So, that is objective and standardized underline. Hmm? Objective tests have been developed to measure all the dimensions in psychological attributes that we did the five ones. Okay, and then there are more also. So, intelligence, aptitude, interest, personality, values. In that, we can, through the psychological testing, we can test these attributes. Hmm? Then we have the interviewing system. Interviewing system involves seeking information from one person to the other in a one-on-one basis thing. Okay? Uh, if you see it, then a counselor can interact with the client. Okay, so that's an interview base of talking to somebody because we question them and then they have to answer it also. Hmm? So that is an interviewing based assessment method. Hmm? Um, so a salesperson can also do an interview system because they go to door and then they ask you, "Ki, do you want this? Did you like the product enough?" So this is how interviews are used in sales. In psychology, counselors do an interview. In entertainment businesses, the interviews are done by the journalist for the actors and all of that, just to seek information from them. What is the movie about? How is your character different from your previous characters? What is the specific song that you like in this movie? Seeking information. Okay, underline that. Hmm? Case study. Now, case study is in-depth study of an individual in terms of his psychological attribute. Hmm? Psychological history. So first is psychological attribute, then is psychological history in the context of their environment, their physical environment, their psychosocial environment. Okay. So the in-depth study, underline in-depth, the in-depth study of the individual in terms of his or her psychological attributes. And how is that assessed? Because of the psychological and the psychosocial physical environment that they're in. Okay? So case studies are widely used in psychological case studies, and you have to analyze the person's their lives in all together. People can also be highly illuminating from those willing to learn from life experiences, etc. Case studies are based on data generated by different methods. Example, interviewing, observation, questionnaire, psychological testing. Okay? So through different kinds of other assessment methods, case study is done for one individual. Remember, it's an in-depth study. In-depth study. Okay? Okay. Then we have observation. Observation involves employing systematic, organized, and objective procedures to record a behavior, uh, to record a behavioral time of a person. That's all observation. What do we observe about the client over here? If you're observing that the client is restless, like if you will be observing, my way of talking is more of hand gestures. I talk with my hands more because I feel like I can explain things better if I move my hands a bit more. That's the observation. What have you observed? What's your sight? What's your insight in that? Hmm? So involves employing systematic, number one, organized and objective procedures to record a behavioral phenomena occurring in a natural environment or a natural setting. So this is my natural way of talking. And in real time, you can see that this is the behavioral part that is helping me to teach all of you. Understood? ठीक है. Self-report. Self-report is a method which a person provides a factual information about herself or himself or opinions and beliefs and all of that. ठीक है? So a self-report is nothing but we are providing about a factual information about an individual, about the facts and the beliefs and the value system that they hold very strong. ठीक है? So they are telling you अपने बारे में ही अपनी तरफ से बता रहे हैं वो. Such information may be obtained by using interviews or questionnaires or psychological testing or a personal diary. Okay, so this is all self-report. Okay, so we have assessment of methods in which we have 5 different ways. So we have psychological testing, we have the interview, then we have case study, we have observation, and then we have self-report.